Right, welcome back. Let's take a look at our trending topics now, and here they are. Let's just pull that up. And first up is on the trending topics, hashtag Tembisa. And this, of course, the protest action that's been taking place in Tembisa, which is, of course, on the East Rand, east of Johannesburg. And this, as you can see there, the community members in Tembisa terribly irate, and this over the increase in rates and taxes, electricity and water tariffs, and they had proceeded to block the roads around the township, and unfortunately 4 people have lost their lives in these protests. Also, a building has been set alight. Several City of Ekurhuleni vehicles also torched. The community members not happy. They wanted to be addressed by the mayor, and that's the next hashtag, hashtag Tanya Campbell. She is, of course, the executive mayor of Ekurhuleni. So what had happened is members of the mayoral executive committee had been sent to meet with the residents, and they were not happy about that, saying that they expected the mayor to come and address them. She, of course, was on SABC yesterday, On Point, hosted the mayor, and she basically said that it wasn't necessary for her personally to be there, and that the community members were addressed by members of the executive. And people then went on to put out posters or circulars that were sent out saying that the mayor would meet and engage with them. And as you can see, the situation this morning still continuing. It's still tense in Tembisa, and one just hopes that there would be a solution one way or another, and that the loss of life would be stemmed, and also property damage, because Rob Byrne was indicating that there was some stoning of vehicles reported this morning. So the situation in Tembisa remains tense. The next one is hashtag Miss SA. Now, the reason why Miss SA is trending is because the selection committee for Miss SA was announced. Now, this year, there is an all-female selection committee, and here are some of the names on that panel, and this is what got people talking. The first phenomenal woman, this is according to the statement and the tweets that were released, the first phenomenal woman on the panel is former South African Public Protector, Professor Thuli Madonsela. Also, Hernaz Sandhu, and then there's Thando Tabete, former Miss South Africa 1990, Suzette van der Merwe, Devi Sankri Govender, former Miss South Africa Rolene Strauss, and former Miss South Africa Zosbini Tunzi. Those are the women, an all-women panel, and they are the selection committee for Miss South Africa. And then, of course, the Twitterati got into all of that, asking, so what would these people know about selecting, Miss South Africa? And yeah, you can only imagine where this went. But that's why Miss South Africa is trending. And the final one, Women's Month. Well, welcome to it. It's the second day of Women's Month. And I must say, I have enjoyed this thread because really beautiful stories of phenomenal South African women being told. The first one I saw was about Victoria Mxenge. And it was just very refreshing, some of the stories that people were putting out about phenomenal South African women, past and present. So this is, of course, to do with our South African Women's Month. Remember, International Women's Day, I think, is in March, but we have our National Women's Day on the 9th of August. That's next week. So we are celebrating in South Africa. So those are your trending topics this morning. Let's take a look at our question of the day now, and we're asking you about that situation in Tembisa. So the death toll has risen to 4. Municipal buildings, several vehicles belonging to the city torched. What are your views on what is currently happening in Tembisa? At Morning Live SABC, thanks so much to those of you who have already responded. The rest, please get in on that, and we'll share some of those as we move along.